You've seen the headlines, right? The $1 million retirement. It's this giant, kind of scary number that's held up as the gold standard, the finish line for your entire career. But here's the thing. Is that number even real? Is it a goal or is it just a myth? Let's dig in.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. How much do you really need to retire comfortably? Forget the news articles for a second. What's your number? Is it $1 million? Is it more? Is it less? It's a question that honestly keeps a lot of us up at night. Well, according to a recent Northwestern Mutual study, this is the new magic number that the average American thinks they need, $1.46 million. And that number has been climbing fast. For most folks, that figure feels, well, pretty overwhelming.
Okay, so that's the dream. But what people think they need and what people actually have, well, that's where the story gets really interesting. Let's pivot away from the dream and take a hard look at the data.
And seriously, if seeing a number like 1.46 million makes your stomach do a little flip, you are so not alone. The gap between that aspiration and what's in the average bank account it's staggering.
Let's start with this. Just 3.2%. That's the percentage of actual American retirees who've managed to save over $1 million. A tiny, tiny fraction. Right away, that should tell you that the $1 million target is not the typical story. Not even close.
And wow, this slide right here says it all. On the left, you've got the expectation, almost $1.5 million. But on the right, that's the reality. The median balance for a household that even has a retirement account is just $87,000. And no, that is not a typo.
So let's break that down even more. If you look at all the households that do have retirement accounts, a full 30% have $100,000 or less. And the slice of people who've actually crossed that $1 million line, just about 4.6%. The vast, vast majority of people are playing a totally different ballgame.
So you see this enormous gap, and the question just screams at you, right? How in the world does that small percentage of people actually pull it off? Is it some secret? Did they all get lucky with some stock pick? Well, the answer is actually a lot less exciting and a lot more powerful.
Yeah, it turns out it's not magic, it's a blueprint. It's a set of simple, repeatable habits and decisions that, when you do them over a long period of time, make all the difference. So let's get into what that blueprint looks like.
Okay, this table from AARP might be one of the most important things you'll ever see about saving. It just perfectly shows the insane power of starting early. If you start saving at 20, you only need to put away about $280 a month to hit $1 million. But if you wait till you're 40, that number explodes to almost $1,300 a month. It proves without a doubt that time is your greatest superpower.
And that brings us to what a real 401k millionaire looks like. This is not someone who got rich overnight. According to Fidelity's data, the average person who hits this milestone has been saving consistently for 27 years. Let that sink in. 27 years. It is absolutely a marathon, not a sprint. So the whole blueprint really boils down to these three things. 1. Start as early as you possibly can and always get your full employer match. That's just free money. You have to take it. 2. Save aggressively. Push yourself to save more than you think you can. And 3, probably the hardest one, stay the course. Don't panic when the market gets shaky.
Let's really zero in on that save aggressively part. This chart shows you exactly what that means. The average saver is putting away about 9.4% of their income, but the 401k millionaires, they're saving an average of 17%. And that's before their company match. They just make saving a much bigger priority.
So we've seen the myth, we've seen the much different reality, and we've seen the blueprint. But what's the big takeaway here? I think it's that we have to stop obsessing over the $1 million number. It's about shifting our whole mindset.
This quote from certified financial planner David Tinarelli just nails it. He says high income is not the only way to get there. It's about living below your means, investing wisely, being smart about taxes. Those are the things that anyone can do no matter what their salary is.
And that's the bottom line, really. The goal was never about hitting a specific number. The real goal is to build the habits that give you security and freedom, whatever that number turns out to be. Chasing a headline can make you anxious, but focusing on your habits, that puts you in control.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. What are the practical things you can walk away with right now after watching this?
First, stop obsessing about $1 million and start obsessing about your savings rate. Can you increase it by just 1%? Great. That's a huge win. Second, remember consistency always wins. Small, regular contributions over decades are way more powerful than trying to make big, heroic saves every now and then. Third, put it on autopilot. Automate your contributions, automate your increases. Let it run in the background. And finally, plan for your lifestyle and your goals, not some myth you read about in an article.
At the end of the day, the real question isn't whether you'll be a millionaire, it's whether you'll have enough to live the life you actually want. And the power to make that happen is all in your habits, starting today.